back up, yep. Wait, back up. I was told there's no back up. Got this all in my back up, but I won't be a back up. Y'all can back up. Living life in respect. I might slip out and back up, but I won't be a victim. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up, yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up, yep. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up, yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up, yep. I'ma need you to back up.
Is you thinking I'm jumping the leak in the lead immediately? Show up this evening and wait till you sleeping. Kicked it the open, I'm scanning for motion. I'm just trying to make all my pockets obese. Don't want, I just want the Lucci. So me and all of my poochies can eat. For his loose change, take his boo thing out the PF chains and take him K, get a steak or something. Something looking at me like I'm opaque or something. Don't I look like Drake or something? Something better tell mankind Undertaker coming.
Wait, back up. I was told there's no back up. Got this all in my back up, but I won't be a back up. Y'all can back up. Living life in respect. I might slip out and back up, but I won't be a victim. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up, yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up, yep. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up, yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up, yep. I'ma need you to back up. Come from off the top, the flow is hot, I got you shot. Come from off the top, you know I be smarter than Spock. Come from off the top, the flow is hot, I got you shot. Come from off the top, come from off the top.
Can't keep up, you too slow.
Top.
You just watch, I control.
Top.
I take half, you not whole.
Top.
Got your mind, got your
This is
soul.
a scenario, I'm in your area, this is your definitely. Turn up your stereo, get this jumping like Mario, now you ain't with me. You terrible, I might embarrass you right here in front of your whole family. Hot in Nigeria, this is the year of the beer, leave it here in a chair so they know we was here. Staring in fear like a deer when the car coming near in the middle of the road, bit of beer. You don't wanna rock with the man, hands off of the grands, counting up bands while I talk to the fans. Knew I could jam, but the top wasn't playing. Now everybody wanna be friends. How you? Said I'm just fine, in the right place, at the wrong time. Said I go crazy, out of my mind. And I think back when daddy wrote down that it might scrape and it might grind, but you work hard and it might shine. Let me slow down, switch the time and quit hiding.
Back up.
Lineup. So of all the lineups that have that lineup of death with Ben Simmons at point guard and then Ray Allen, T-Mac, Giannis, and Yao Ming, they're losing half of their games in Unlimited. So they are beatable.
Yeah, it's really surprising just from a base standpoint. You'd think, okay, well, how could you possibly lose with a team like that? If you don't know how to play with the players, it doesn't matter how good they are. If a person goes against you that
There it is, the Staples Center in Los Angeles, where we're getting set to bring you all of today's action. Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sideline. And let's check out a breakdown, looking at some stats for Williams.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage, and it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, Kevin Love has dramatically improved his perimeter shooting over his career, but he said, I've tried not to fall in love with it too much. Where I'm going to make my money is also rebounding. That's a stat I always look at because it can help a team win even when the shot's not falling. Kevin?
Great attitude. His work inside, a big part of it, DA. Thanks.
And for the Cavs, their number one goal is to identify a young superstar to build around.
Yeah, they've had a nice collection here of guys that they hope step up and step out. Cleveland's only 2 Rookie of the Year award winners have been LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. Franchise changers hard to find.
And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. Ashman and Love are the forwards. And it's Thompson in at the 5 down low. And for Los Angeles, we've got Mo Harkless. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. Outside, George. Over Sexton. And there's Paul George on the assist by Harkless.
His range goes out a lot further, but didn't need to on that possession.
Thompson outside. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
There's the pass to Sexton. Three-pointer on the way. Kept alive. Love the pass to Thompson. And the rejection by Zubac. Here's George. And it's Osman with the rebound. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to the Clippers in Los Angeles.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to their defense in that one. The intensity, the shot blocking, just a dominant performance.
Yeah, last game was pretty impressive stuff on that end of the floor, just getting up near shooters and blocking as many shots as they did. Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Garland dishes to Sexton. Pass to Garland. Back to Sexton. Just 5 to shoot. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Here's George. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
This is a solid opening quarter right here. Very active and creating a lot of good opportunities for himself.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
One shot.
That free throw good from George. Have you seen a lot of teams over your time that have been terrific starting a season, then just fall apart second half of the season?
Have you seen it, Kevin, happen with teams that have really good veteran players? I've seen it with young teams.
Yeah, unravel. I mean, it's painful to watch. None come to mind, but I'm sure you could start to find teams that are 10 wins below from one half of the season to the next.
And some of that we know. It can happen with injuries to a star player and you just are dismantled. But a lot of times...
Like the Pacers with Oladipo.
Yeah.
They were a different team the last quarter of the season.
It's a great call, Kevin. But a lot of times it happens with young teams because if you get off to such a hot start and it's a bit unexpected, there's going to be a lot more attention on you. And you start to feel like, oh, well, we've arrived. This is easy. We've done this for 35, 40 games. No problem. Well, the league figures you out. And a lot of times young teams that have early success are probably the most susceptible to this lemmings kind of falling off the cliff type of deal.
Now, here's Garland. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Down low, here's Sexton over George. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on George.
The rookie class last year was very impressive, especially the top 5 picks earning all rookie first-team honors. Colin is one of those guys last year, 3rd among rookies in scoring, and really was good towards the tail end of the season.
Free throw good, Sexton. And Sexton, the 3rd rookie ever to average 16 points per game with over 40% from long range. And Brent, over 80% from the line.
Yeah, a lot of that, Kevin, came late in the season as he tried to get his footing early on. Scored 20 points or more in 8 straight games. He was the first rookie to do that since Tim Duncan did it back in 1998.
Well, the young bull, Colin Sexton, getting a lot of playing time in his rookie season. Allowed him to play through his mistakes, and that's what you hope for coming in.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Garland, the pass to Thompson. Out to the wing. Sexton with it. Working on Williams. Sexton's shot is good. And even as the Cavaliers lagged at the very bottom of the standings, Greg, Sexton publicly described the season as fun. Would that bother you as a veteran?
Losing seasons, they suck. I mean, no other way to put it. I think he cares about winning, but keeping that positivity is probably the best approach.
Williams comes with a double team. Here's Osman. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there, Kevin. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
Shot's good by Williams.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Inside, here's Sexton. Lays it up off the glass. Sexton's got 6.
Too easy that time. Sexton sniffing it out and then getting to an area on the floor that made that one easy.
On defense, Cleveland. They trail by 9 points. Thompson with the block.
Tristan did a great job of elevating to deny that one.
Osman kicks to Garland. Off target from three-point range. The 15-footer, and good. Got the English that time as it falls. 6 points for Leonard.
And usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
Lobbed up there for Thompson. Stolen by Zubac. Outside Leonard. Jumps up. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area and just dominating, controlling that spot.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Banked in off the glass. He's got 10.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Sexton finds Love. Back to Sexton. Love deciding where to go with it. Shot clock at 6. Garland the pass to Osman. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Taking it up strong against size. He does not lack for confidence.
Yeah, hard to stop it there if you're the big man. That's just too good a shot and great concentration.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial 6th Man of the Year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
And that one falls for Williams.
And what sets Lou Williams apart right now is his confidence. This guy is a gunner who comes in and believes that he's going to score. He often does.
Here's Osman. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Clippers. And good that time. Love's got his second basket of the night.
He was wide open, but just to make sure, he put a little fade on that jumper.
And that one's good. Beverly.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The Cavaliers trail by 13. The open look here for Sexton. No good on the 3.
Maybe a time to rest him right now, just give him a bit of a breather, try to help him get back on track.
Cleveland's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Williams comes with a double team. Osman kicks to Garland. Thompson dishes to Garland. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Thompson doing a good job looking for his teammates, using his size to see over the defense.
And Thompson sends it back. Garland with it, working on Williams. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Now, here's Garland. 14 points from him the last game against the Clippers.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Player development, not just a coach's job, Brent, something you're active in right now. And, there are some players who are playing crew, who are terrific mentors and teachers on teams.
There's no doubt about it that there are guys. I think about first what Vince Carter has provided to the teams he's been around in the past couple seasons. Zach Randolph, to some degree, was doing that as he moved from Memphis to Sacramento. But there are guys who are still players and that are on the floor contributing and doing big things like Chris Paul and Mike Conley that are such huge attributes to an organization when they start to introduce the changeover in their roster or the next phase of their team. You got to give a lot of kudos and appreciate the fact that players who've been that great for that long accept and willingly accept, Kevin, the role of teaching young guys and paying it forward.
And role players that have been like Calderon and Haslam, who have not been stars, but have been important parts of their organization.
Also, tremendous examples of what it means to be a professional day in and day out. If your responsibilities aren't as great as the top 4 or 5 players, there's still things you can do to make your team better on a daily basis. Those are 2 great names, Kevin.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. John Henson's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Nance comes in for Kevin Love. Exum, he's checked in for Colin Sexton. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Garland. Here's Williams. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Williams has got his 3rd basket of the night.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
And Nance kicks to Osman. To the middle, here's Dellavedova. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, for a guy who really struggles inside the 3-point line, Dellavedova with a nice move there.
And that one's good, Shamet.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, you wondered if they would take some time to find their A game. They did it at jump ball. They've been awesome tonight.
Here's Osman after the basket by Los Angeles. Got it. Nice one there from Exum.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range. Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
Here's Osman. He's got 5. And slam dunk by Henson.
Well, John Henson is out there to attack the glass and try and be a force. This is a big part of how he generates any of his offense.
And it's Shamet missing. The Cavaliers trail by 9. To the left wing. Now Dellavedova. 14 points from him the last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That's his first foul. Dellavedova is scanning the floor. And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
On the wing, Nance. No points in the game yet for him. Over to the left wing. Exum with a wide open look.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. The Cavaliers trail by 11.
Yeah, that's a whistle he did not want to hear. His second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
The Cavaliers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And on the season, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
That free throw, good from Dellavedova.
The Australian-born Matthew Dellavedova, another success story from the land down under.
He doesn't get the second one. Los Angeles leading by 10. Here's Mann. They get it back. Shamet comes up empty down low.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Now here's Exum. He's tightly guarded. That one drops for him. Henson's got his second basket of the game.
That's a pretty good move. Henson, I'll tell you what, being assertive when he has the ball like that, that's another dimension to the offense on the inside that they could use.
Now here is Dellavedova. Now here's Exum. Oh, Nance in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
This is a nice connection with Larry Nance Jr. Throw it his way. He'll take care of the rest.
Here's Shamet. He drains the quick shot. Shamet's got 6.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Dellavedova, the pass to Exum. Kicks it to Henson. And that comes off the assist by Exum. 6 points for Henson.
Wow, he put a little extra on that one, didn't he?
Williams attacking. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession.
And a quick review looking at some numbers here for Lou Williams. Over the last month, getting it done. 10th in free throw percentage, 16th in three-point field goal percentage, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And yeah, he's a true professional at the free throw line. It's a part of the game where he excels. You want him at the line for you in crunch time. And the Clippers call time here. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
Not a close contest either. The last time they got together, everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
The second unit came in last game and just played lights-out basketball. I'm sure they'd like to do that again.
Rodney McGruder's checked in for the Clippers. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Thompson.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Yep, that one goes in there. Shamet's got 8 points.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
To the paint, here's Nance, and the jam by Larry Nance.
So fun to watch Larry Nance Jr. get up and be in flight.
The drive by Green somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. And the Clippers lead by 6.
So far, both teams scorching the Nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, made for TV game here. Pace is great, scoring is coming in bunches, and both of the teams feeling confident right now.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. The drive by Nance. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got his 3rd assist on the night. Clippers leading by 4. Here's Mann. Makes it off the glass.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
And it's Exum with the ball, who will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Passes it to Henson. Back to Exum. Here's Nance. And the jam by Larry Nance.
Yeah, for Nance Jr., it's about the quickness with which he can be impactful.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Back to the action after this word. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Cleveland, Osman outside at 3 with Nance down at the power forward spot. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Exum, and it's Henson in at the pivot spot manning the middle. To the inside, Nance, and it's sent back by George.
Not many guys have the two-way ability of a Paul George, just as dangerous defensively as he can be offensively.
And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That is his first foul of the game. Sexton, he's checked in for Cleveland. And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Nance dishes to Dellavedova. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. And to have someone, Brent, with the size and the strength of Green play with the energy he does, it's a huge boost to any team.
Yeah, lots of talk last year about JaMychal Green really stepping into his own, starting to really own what it is he can do to impact any given game. He's a bit of a journeyman. He's traveled around a little bit between San Antonio and Memphis, but his role with the Clippers last year really put him in a nice spot for him to show off his skill set.
And so here's Cleveland after the basket by Los Angeles. Outside, George. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. The Cavaliers trail by 11. Pass to Sexton. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Over in the corner, Dellavedova. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Dellavedova's got 5.
Now Sexton working the ball to a teammate. That's what you want to see from him.
Here's Magruder, and Henson sends it back. Now, here's Sexton. He's covered closely. Exum's shot is off. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 12-4 run. And there's Paul George on the assist from Green. And that's 13 points for George.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
The pass to Exum takes the 3. That shot off the mark.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming, Kevin.
Replay angles are interesting, Brent. Instant feedback on social media. Talk about the increased pressure now on referees to get every call right.
Well, so many times, Kevin, on nights where you're working games, you sit there for a minute and a half.
In super slow motion looking at the play.
And still sometimes hard to get it right.
Very hard.
What I think the league should think about doing with the competition committee is every team in the league should have 3 and 4 cameras that are mounted so that every time there's a replay at any given arena, they have access to the same angles.
For every game.
Every game. Where are most of the times these calls being missed? Where are these calls getting wronged? And how is it that we can implement some technology to help us not only get it right more often, which is the most important thing, but also fair and balanced vision for the referees to have an opportunity to do something.
What an excellent idea. So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Well, let's hope there isn't any carryover from that letdown in this one.
And we've got a moment now to check out the Eastern Conference standings and see where everyone is sitting as things begin to settle down just a bit through the midway point of the season. Take a look at the Cavaliers. This hasn't been the kind of year they envisioned. Time running out.
And I think for the Cavaliers, they're already looking to the offseason. And that's a shame. Their fans deserve a little bit more from this team.
Yeah, the body language right now kind of telling the story. Losing takes a huge toll on you, especially during an 82-game grind.
A nice shot by George.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
The Cavaliers trail by 13. Over to the wing. From deep. The Clippers grab the miss. Harkless has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And it's Leonard missing.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go, even with the defense not really a factor.
Assist goes to Dante Exum.
Clippers leading by 11. George with the ball. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Garland, no good. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. This is the most they've led by 13 points.
Well, Paul George concentrating through the contact and making sure he had a shooting window open.
Here's Garland. Paul George making his last shot. Cans it from downtown. 10 points for Love.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And George gets it to go.
flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
Fires the three. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. It's good from long range. Leonard's got 15.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has worked so hard on his shooting to become more consistent, specifically the three-point shot.
Now here's Exum, defended by Harkless. The wide open look here for Garland. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Exum's got his 7th assist in the game. And George kicks to Harrell. Back to George. Over Sexton. And it's George missing. The Cavaliers trail by 14. Here's Garland. He has 6. Sexton. And another 3 for Cleveland.
Well, that's in rhythm and right on target, as Sexton has a very well-rounded offensive game and playing in control now.
And George with the stuff.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Now here's Love. 10 points for him. Now the Clippers moving it up. And George gets it to go. George has got 27 points.
Solid in the first. Fantastic here in the second. He was just waiting for the moment.
Got a hand on it.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Garland kicks to Love. Stolen by Beverly. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. And it's George finishing it off.
Consistent in finding ways at coming up with steals. Patrick Beverly in the shorts of the opposition.
The Cavaliers trail by 17. And Sexton has it in the corner. Good on the three-point shot. Sexton's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Out left to the wing. Tries a 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Leonard's got his 5th rebound in this one. Over Garland. And the shot is long.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
There's so little can be done to stop that. Leonard with the jets to screen down the lane, then tops it off with the thunder finish.
Pass to Exum. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Harrell, and Landry Shamet subbed in for Paul George. Cedi Osman, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And there's the foul. It'll go on Mo Harkless. That is his first foul of the game. Los Angeles making a switch here. Williams has checked in.
Lou Williams.
Now, here's Sexton. He's guarded closely. Garland, the pass to Osman. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot by Sexton, no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And that one is good from Zubac.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Here's Osman. He's got 10. Back to Sexton. Shoots the 3. And Harkless pulls it down. Harkless has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Leonard, Love trying to break loose. And the layup's good off the glass. 19 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now, here's Sexton. 14 points for him. Garland with the bucket.
And that's his second in this quarter, guys. He's made 3 so far this game and is showing no signs of slowing down.
Here's Zubac. The shot will not fall. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. And here's Sexton. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Clippers in Los Angeles. It's good.
Thompson shoots such a high percentage on the inside, most of his shots coming around the rim.
Here's Shamet, and stolen by Love. Here's Garland, and the rejection by Zubac. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Williams leading the charge.
I mean, Kawhi Leonard, an MVP candidate. Why? Well, they're the reasons right there. One of the best two-way players we've seen in the past 5 years.
The Cavaliers trail by 19. Now, Garland. 9 points in the game so far. And Thompson kicks to Garland. To the wing right side. And there's Sexton. That's good on the assist by Thompson. And that's now 17 points for Colin Sexton. Harkless score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Garland, the pass to Osman. Pass to Garland. Rebound by the Clippers. 22 is their biggest lead.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
With his developing handle, Leonard now has defenders at his mercy when on the bounce.
The Cavaliers trail by 20. Pass to Garland. Cleveland moving it around. Love kicks to Sexton. A three-pointer off the mark.
And we haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively.
You know, a lot of times we talk about good passing, but accurate passing is a huge quality of a good pass, and Leonard did it there.
Cavaliers shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Now, here's Sexton. He's got 17. Shamet with the steal. Moving it up. Here's Leonard. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Great way to end the quarter there. Team is pumped up.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He ended up with 31 points, 2 steals, and 1 assist. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, we have to talk about the unbelievable job they've done rebounding the basketball. They've sent bodies flying to the boards on every possession. They've been a stronger, quicker, tougher team by a wide margin. And it's that dominance on the glass that's going to win them this game.
Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Mo Harkless. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at point guard. That's the five to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. To the left side wing. Garland, no good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
For Los Angeles, they have been solid at the line so far, 4 for 4.
Think about Paul George in his second year in the NBA being named the most improved player. He's just gotten better from that point. And you don't have to win an award every year to prove it.
Garland, the pass to Thompson. Love wide open. He fires. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Over in the corner, Osman. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Osman's got 13 points.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Here's Garland. Paul George making his last shot. Count it. And that's now 19 points for Colin Sexton.
Well, this is the one guy you did not want to see get started. He started.
George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Clearly a foul.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight.
Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And George drops them both. Here's Garland. He's got 9. And Sexton has it in the corner. And another 3 for Cleveland.
Looking better and better from that range is Colin Sexton.
Here's George. Here's Leonard. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
The Clippers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall, 80% since the break. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
What great body control there. George, tremendous athlete, takes the hit, and he makes that one count.
He's made all 6 of his tries at the line so far.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
impeccable from the line since halftime.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. The pass to Garland. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
A moment here to check out some of the stats for Leonard. 5th in steals, 8th in scoring, and tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And back to what you said, top 5 in steals this year. Quick hands and great anticipation. And the basket is good. Beverly's got 6 points.
You want Patrick Beverly to shoot, but maybe not as open as that, knocking down a mid-range.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's Love. Back to Osman. Shot to stop the run. He squares up and sinks it. Osman's got 5 points now this quarter.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
And in the summer of 2018, Kevin Love signed a 4-year, $120 million extension to remain in Cleveland.
Yeah, and Kevin right now is the bridge from what was to potentially what will be. And in that what will be scenario, what will be happening is Kevin Love probably gets traded at some point. But he's been great for Cleveland. He's been a great ambassador for the city. The things that he's doing off the court philanthropically have been amazing. And Kevin Love is not done in the NBA. Still another team out there for him to go to and contribute to.
Now here's Leonard. After Colin Sexton's miss. A quick shot there, and it's off target. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Here's Thompson. It's hauled in by Zubac. For Los Angeles, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Well, Cleveland shooting is leaving something to be desired. Just 36% here in the third quarter. Here's Sexton. Drops in the tray. Sexton's got 25 points in the game.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
From 13, again, Los Angeles.
I mean, he is at his best when it matters most. This game is theirs as long as he can keep this up.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time. And let's look now at the group of young players that have been locked in from the charity stripe. Your leading rookie free throw shooters of the past month. Second is Darius Garland.
He has been locked in at the line, taking complete advantage whenever he's got an opportunity to put points on the board.
JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Rodney Magruder comes in for Leonard.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Now, here's Sexton. He's got 25. Good on the 13-footer. Sexton's got 10 points here in the second half.
Feels like the other 4 guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
Beverly, and he makes that one.
That's a pretty impressive finish from Montrezl Harrell.
For Cleveland, they've gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Garland dishes to Sexton. Lots of room. And that one hits back iron.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Here's Garland. After the basket by Los Angeles. Sexton's shot is good.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
And George, here we go. And it's good, 2 points. George has got 49 points in the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range. And he's easily been their best rebounder tonight.
Well, he's been everywhere, and collecting those rebounds, that ends any kind of offensive possession and gets them started.
And Garland has it in the corner. And the three off target.
Well, his shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find it.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Garland. Paul George making his last shot. The Cavaliers again can't hit. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and two shots coming up. Darius Garland picks one up.
Paul George does a great job changing speeds right there, and that's a huge part of his athleticism. Takes it strong to the cup and just daring a defender to come at him.
And he makes the first. And Los Angeles with some changes. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubats. Landry Shamet comes in for Rodney Magruder. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Then for the Cavaliers, Larry Nance is checked in for Love. Dante Exum comes in for Jetty Osman. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Garland. Drops them both. And here are the Cavaliers now. Dellavedova with the ball. He has 5. He kicks it to Sexton. With some arc. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
And so here's Cleveland. Here's Dellavedova. Back to Sexton. 6 on the shot clock. The Cavaliers call time here.
Whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
And Cleveland making a change here. McKinney's checked in. And Los Angeles, guys, shooting has been sensational. 75% for the game.
Well, Picasso couldn't have drawn that up any better. Perfect execution off the inbounds.
Exum deciding where to go with it. Looking to end the run. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Shamet. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists tonight.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
And he bangs it home with one hand.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. And so it's Dellavedova. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. Here's McKinney. Sinks the three-pointer. McKinney's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, a big reason why Dellavedova is out there is because he can see who's available.
Man, and there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
A hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
And it's Exum in the corner. Lets it go with a 3. And another 3 for Cleveland.
Capable of making a lot of different passes. That's a good setup from Delly.
Williams, that's for 2. And again, the Clippers good for 2. Here's Dellavedova. He's got 5. Oh, Nance in position. Henson's shot is off.
Now, I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
And it's good for 2. Shamet's got 18 points in the game.
Well, he hasn't missed yet, guys, and the defense is scrambling for answers to stop this hot start.
Here's McKinney. No good on the triple.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that, Kevin. That's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness. Now, here's Exum. Kicks it to Nance. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
One shot.
That free throw good from Nance.
Well, Larry Nance Jr. came into the league, and a lot of talk about his dunking prowess. But really, Larry Nance Jr. knows how to play the game and is building on that potential. Think about Montrezl Harrell and the type of energy and effort that he brought last year to this team to help solidify, I guess, most of the culture piece of what Steve Ballmer wants this franchise to be about. That's playing hard, playing with energy, and having some enthusiasm for the competition. Montrezl Harrell wraps all those things up pretty nicely in the way he plays. Yeah, he is sneaky at the rim, lays it in against heavy pressure.
And here's Exum. He's got 8. There's 1:26 left in the third. 6 to shoot. Pass to McKinney. Takes a 3. But they recover it.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's not just about stopping the offense in the scouting report. It's about knowing where to be when those shots are going to be missed. And they're doing a nice job on the rebounding.
And Montrezl Harrell, Brent, beloved in the locker room.
Well, he's beloved because every night when you go out on the floor with him, you know what you're going to get. A guy who is incredibly competitive, passionate, knows his role, and plays with a physical presence that he doesn't shy away from anybody that's on the floor. That's infectious.
Elvedova, the pass to Henson. Cleveland moving it around. All sorts of time. The offensive rebound. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Lou Williams.
And Nance is so athletic and so springy and bouncy out there on the floor. He can draw a lot of contact like that.
The Cavaliers shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Nance. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Jermichael Green. Then for the Cavaliers, Thompson, he's checked in for Henson. And Cook subbed in for Alfonso McKinney. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. The Clippers shooting has been sensational, 75% for the game. And the shot is good. And it's 13 points for Lou Williams.
In a way, Lou Williams, a little bit like J.R. Smith, he'll welcome the chance to finish off, especially if it's a difficult shot.
Now, here's Thompson. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Here's Williams. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Now Exum, he's got 8. From deep, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers, able to put on a show for the ages. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Brandon Knight is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. Then there's Larry Nance. And it's Cook in at the small forward.
And, guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
And typically, he is not the major force in that regard, but good enough to punish a soft defense on that play.
And so it's Cleveland with it after the Clippers pick up 2. And it's Dellavedova missing. Magruder passes to Mann. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Knight taking his time here. You know, Brent, how candid can players be in their answers in the post-game interviews about what has happened or what they're feeling at that time? In other words, is there a danger to being too honest as a player?
There could be, Kevin. I mean, anytime you express some of your vulnerabilities, and if it's done at the right time, somebody's going to take advantage of it. What we've seen over the past couple years is forget about when it is that the media is asking you questions. Most players are taking it to their social media accounts where they're able to get the message out without being baited by somebody with regards to a question. They can expound on whatever it is that they're feeling at that time, and that helps them to control the messaging a little bit more. And I think that trend is going to continue and continue to grow.
Zubac is checked in for Maurice Harkless. Both free throws good from Nance. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Here's Robinson. Offensive rebound. Magruder. And it's blocked. Now here is Knight. To the wing on the left. Uncovered. Yes, that goes in. Cook's got his first points of the night.
Some good court awareness that time from Brandon Knight. He's a creative guard who has a good feel for when his guys are open.
Robinson, that's good. And so Knight will bring it up for Cleveland. Nance outside. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. And it's Dellavedova missing.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
And it goes down 2 points.
Well, Magruder playing the in-between game right now and finding some space to squeeze one off.
Knight passes to Cook. A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Will Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Will Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about Kevin when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with a three-point line.
Can you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players, too, that also, because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now?
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor and what Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly. Here's Patterson. Brandon Knight picking up that last basket. Patterson, that's good. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Outside Knight. He dishes it to Dellavedova. Clock at 6. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. And so here's Cleveland. Outside Knight. Here's Nance. And the rejection by Zubac. Passes to Magruder. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Magruder's got 4 this quarter.
Magruder finds an avenue and then just drives right down in there. Beautiful play.
Knight wide open. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Here's Robinson, and it's the Clippers scoring again.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Cavaliers shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Dellavedova, the pass to Zizic. Over in the corner, Dellavedova to halt the run. That one doesn't go. And the Clippers will go the other way with it.
He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter.
Well, Cleveland shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. And another miss by Cleveland. The Clippers shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. Bucket is good.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And here are the Cavaliers. Outside Knight. Brent, we have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win for the
I'd like to see more.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of the travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
Cavaliers with some changes. Alfonso McKinney's checked in for Nance. And it's Colin Sexton in for Matthew Dellavedova. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 16-7 run. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Could come down to selection. Bad shots in the first half. Here in the second, using his head, finding some more efficient opportunities to score.
Now, here's Sexton. Knight in the corner. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 20th rebound here tonight. Saw that coming. Los Angeles calls timeout. If you were commissioner, Brent, of the NBA, would you add or alter any rules right now?
Wow. First of all, I think you get to fly on a really nice plane wherever you're going, and you get to go to any game you want to.
Yeah.
So sign me up
with
for that job.
With courtside seats, by the way, too.
Add or alter any NBA rules. I think the game is in a pretty good place right now, Kevin. And there's not much that I think is out there for us to change.
It seems like All-Star Weekend and the length of the season seems to be two pretty prominent things that continually come up.
Yeah, and as far as the question, I guess my head was going to things that are on the floor.
I was thinking that too, but I couldn't think of anything that really...
On the floor, it's tough to figure out something that could be adjusted. And I know Adam Silver and David Stern before him, all of their concern mostly is about the optics of the game.
Yes.
And right now, it's in a pretty good spot.
It's very pleasing to watch, there's no doubt. And here are the Clippers. They're on an 18-7 run. Here's Mann. Knight grabs the board. And so Knight will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Here's McKinney. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac is the Clippers shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Clippers. On Thursday, they'll defend home court against the Orlando Magic. And then on Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And looking at the Mavericks matchup, on paper, you'd expect them to come away with the win, but this might be one of those trap games where they let it get away from them if they aren't focused.
They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
The Cavaliers shooting 43% for the game. Knight passes to McKinney. Not many players now signing shorter contracts in free agency. You've talked about this a lot. Does it make it harder or easier for the super teams?
Well, I think it makes it easier because all of a sudden a star player from another team becomes available that you could latch him on to somewhere else.
Any examples you could throw out there? That
I don't want to get into the specifics.
Okay,
of it.
I understand.
I think we've seen it over the past 3 or 4 years with some of our star guys. And
yes.
I don't fault them because they're getting smarter. Players are a lot smarter about what it is that they can do with having the very few times, Kevin, that you have a say in your career as to where it is that you're going to play, and more importantly, the potential for what it is that financially you can make.
And playing for a championship.
For a championship, for potentially the opportunity to play with somebody who you've always thought you could either elevate their play or they could elevate yours. This is not going away anytime soon.
Here's Robinson. Off the left rim and out.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Knight for 3. The Clippers grab the miss. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Magruder, that's good.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because it seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
And it's Cook missing. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
The Cavaliers shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Brent, a few players now host podcasts, participate with those elements, with those vehicles during the season. Your thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic for our fan base and for our players to have an outlet, to have conversations and share a little bit more about their personality. It grows them as people, I think, Kevin, especially I've listened to J.J. Redick's many times over,
Yes.
and you learn something new, not only about players, but about their interests and how they're spending time. And I think if you were a young player, let's say you were a high school senior and you're a college player and you're listening to some of the things that guys are talking about in their experiences, I think it's invaluable for what it is that you don't know exists around a player in the NBA, and for you to start having considerations about how difficult the task is, how mentally taxing. So these things are great outlets for the players.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
Overtime, Magruder just continues to pound away to try to find a spot where he can get more and more comfortable in a rotation in the NBA.
Now, here's Sexton. And it's off from three-point range. Now the Clippers moving it up. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
Magruder continuing to grind out possessions. That time takes punishment.
At the line for your Clippers, Rodney McGruder. 2 shots.
Max on the first.
The first one falls. Last year, the average salary for a starting point guard, Brent, in the NBA, was the highest among all positions. Why would that be?
Well, with the way the game has changed, Kevin, there's certainly an emphasis on being able to find guys who are initiating offense, scoring the basketball, shooting three-pointers, and you're seeing a big shift in salaries between point guards and bigs. That's where the biggest disparity is. Centers in the league are getting less and less of an opportunity to have the extended big money contracts because the game has moved to the perimeter, and if you're a big that cannot play on the perimeter, there's not a lot of teams that are willing to invest a significant amount of their cap space into the center position. They want guards and wings who can play out there and do the damage from there.
The rebound by Cook, and it's Cook with the ball for the Cavaliers. The shot by Sexton, no good. Shoots from the corner. Here's Zubats. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again. That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
The Clippers shooting in the fourth has been tremendous, 59%. Robinson, that's good.
Jerome Robinson, 2 points.
1:58 left to play here in the fourth. Pass to McKinney. He kicks it to Sexton. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Here's Zubats. And that one is good. Zubats has got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
And the pass to Zizic. Back tonight to the left wing. Lets the 3 fly. Magruder with the rebound.
It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Clippers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for George.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Feeds it to Cook. And that one is hammered home.
Colin Sexton forced into the role in Cleveland with tons of minutes, but also having to orchestrate the offense for a very young team.
And so now a timeout called by Doc Rivers. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. That'll be a 5-second call.
Cleveland ball.
.35 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Took him no time at all on that one.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Here's Knight after the basket by Los Angeles. McKinney misses the three. Mann passes to Green. Here's Robinson. So the Clippers winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sidelines. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Paul. Outstanding game tonight. And I always wonder what it's like when you really are feeling good out there and how that shows up on the floor.
Man, this got to be one of the best games I've played. It just seemed like I couldn't miss. And my teammates found me. They made it easy for me. And, shots finally fell for me.
Yes, I know that phrase is in the zone. Looked like you were living there tonight. Thanks, Paul. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.